In the often unpredictable arena of South African politics, President Cyril Ramaphosa's latest reaction during a press briefing has sparked widespread debate, raised eyebrows, and once again pushed the question of government accountability into the spotlight. The moment came when a journalist boldly asked him whether he was prepared to drastically reduce the size of his cabinet, a question many South Africans have been asking themselves amid the country's mounting economic pressures. What unfolded next left both critics and supporters stunned. For years, Ramaphosa has been under increasing scrutiny for leading one of the world's largest cabinets relative to the size of South Africa's economy. With more than 70 ministers and deputy ministers, the structure has long been criticized as bloated, costly, and a symbol of inefficiency. While previous promises to streamline government have remained largely unfulfilled, many expected the president to respond with his usual calm reassurance. Instead, his reaction was nothing short of startling. According to witnesses at the press briefing, Ramaphosa's demeanor shifted instantly from composed to visibly agitated. Leaning forward with a sharp tone, he declared, "Do you think this country can run with fewer hands? Do you think cutting positions solves the problems South Africans face? These are serious matters of governance, not soundbites for newspapers." His words struck like thunder in the room, silencing the normally bustling audience of journalists. The shock wasn't merely in what Ramaphosa said, but how he said it. South Africans have become accustomed to his measured, almost soft-spoken style of leadership, often criticized as too patient, even indecisive. But this time, his voice carried frustration, as if the question itself had touched a nerve. Analysts suggest the president's reaction reflects both the pressure he faces from opposition parties and the growing impatience of ordinary citizens, who see the oversized cabinet as a financial burden in a time of high unemployment, rising inflation, and failing state enterprises. Almost immediately, social media lit up with reactions. Hashtags like #CabinetTooBig and #Ramaphosa began trending. Some praised his response as evidence of a leader unwilling to bow to populist demands. Supporters argued that governing a complex, divided nation like South Africa requires a broad executive team to manage its many challenges. The president is right, cutting the cabinet is not a magic fix. "We need expertise, not slogans," one Twitter user wrote. But the criticism was far louder. For many, his tone revealed a disconnect from the realities facing citizens. "We are paying billions for ministers who deliver nothing, and the president defends them with anger? This is not leadership, it's arrogance," tweeted an opposition MP. Political commentators quickly joined the debate, with some suggesting Ramaphosa's defensiveness hinted at deep divisions within his party. Trimming the cabinet, after all, could alienate powerful ANC allies who rely on ministerial positions for influence and resources. The timing of this exchange makes the stakes even higher. With the 2026 elections looming on the horizon, Ramaphosa is under enormous pressure to prove that his presidency can deliver tangible reforms. Critics say his shocking reaction exposed the very weakness his rivals have been exploiting, a leader caught between doing what the country needs and maintaining loyalty to the ANC's entrenched networks of patronage. Beyond the politics, ordinary South Africans continue to grapple with daily struggles: load shedding, water shortages, unemployment, and deteriorating public services. For many, the cabinet size debate is not just about numbers, but about trust. Does a large cabinet mean more effective leadership, or is it simply a drain on public funds that could otherwise be used for housing, healthcare, and education? In the days following the incident, the presidency issued no formal clarification, leaving analysts to dissect every word and gesture of Ramaphosa's reaction. Some argue that the president may have intended to signal firmness and authority, a side of him rarely seen. Others worry that the outburst reflects a man growing increasingly defensive as criticism mounts. Either way, the reaction has reignited a national conversation about what kind of leadership South Africa needs in these uncertain times. Ultimately, the cabinet size question remains unanswered. But one thing is certain: Ramaphosa's shocking response has added fresh fuel to debates that could shape the future of his presidency. As one political analyst put it, that single moment was more than just an angry retort, it was a window into the pressure tearing at the heart of the ANC and the president himself. For South Africans, the shock may linger longer than the soundbite. Because in that brief, fiery exchange, the country saw both the weight of leadership and the cracks in its foundations.